Now let's say that I'm not really satisfied with this font or any of the other ones that I see here. So how do I get a font into my Photoshop from an internet source? Let's switch to our internet. I like to use a website called Dafontcom. It has a lot of fonts on it that you can choose from, and it even has a search box so you can search for something specific. I'm not entirely certain what I'm looking for, so I'm going to click on retro because I really think I want something big and bold, and I think that retro would give that to me. Another thing I want to point out is that this is a business that we're talking about, so you want to choose a font that is going to say that it's free for personal use or 100% free. We'll go ahead and go with 100% free because we're trying to say that we're opening a business, so we don't want to violate any copyright laws with our business. So let's switch to 100% free in our options here. And now all of these ones should be 100% free. And I really like this one right here. I'll just check the rest. I think I'll stick with this one and give that a try. It's really simple. You just download the font. It will go into the downloads. It's in a zip file, so when you click on it, it becomes a folder. And you want the TTF. You double click that. This little pop-up comes up and it says install font. Click install font and it will be downloaded. And there it is. Now, in order for it to take effect, you are going to have to quit the program and bring it up again. And yes, of course, you want to save your work. And then when you open Photoshop again, you should see it. And I can just type it. And there it is. There's the font that I looked for. So if I have my Lewis portraits selected, then I can type in the font that I downloaded, and there it is. Now I'm noticing that this particular font might not work for me because I think it has to be a lot bigger. So I will change the size of it. I'm just going to do a bit bigger, and I'll of course have to change a few other things. That helps. Okay, maybe I can. Yeah, that works okay. The effects that you do in the character translate over to the other fonts that you choose to do later, so do keep that in mind if you change something. I think that works pretty well. So I think I'm just about finished with the front of the card. Let's just back up and look. I think that looks pretty good. We'll talk about one more thing before we move on, and that is a layer style. And this will allow me to give it a little bit of a shadow to pull that out. Now, all of these have a lot of different options, and you can get really crazy with all the different things that you can do with it. But just remember that if you try anything, for example, if I try stroke, and then I come over here and try to change it, it's not going to change the stroke unless I click on stroke. And now I'm on the stroke one, and I can make the size as big as I want. Probably don't want it that big, and in fact, I don't think I want a stroke at all. I think I just like the subtle drop shadow. But you can mess with all of these different things and see what they do, see if they work for your specific project. Now this is finished, and I'm ready to move to the back.